Besides being a coach and a facilitator and a speaker, I'm also an actor. And I do a lot of improvisation, a lot of improv shows. I'm an improv nerd. And a few years ago, we had this show running in Stockholm called Lost in Translation. And the show was very successful. We won a National Theater Award for it. We had sold out houses. It was a lot of fun. And one season, we decided to add an extra act to this show, like a third act. We wanted to try out a new show and have an audience for it. And this was called Troubadour Tales. And one night we had the two acts of Lost in Translation. It was a great show. People were happy and laughing, etc. And then after that, we trotted out this third act. And it's supposed to be like 25 minutes. And we started, and the show was horrible. It was just a bomb. Like, you were in it and we knew it was bombing, and the audience was just silent, crickets. You could hear people move. And it was painful. And we couldn't stop it. We couldn't get out of the show. So it was supposed to be 25, went to 30, and then was like at 40, and it was like, oh my God, this couldn't be worse. And we all felt it on stage and the audience. It was just having 200 people go from, to, oh my God, how do we leave this theater right now? It was painful. And then we finally ended the show, and, felt kind of yucky afterwards. And then a couple days later, we noticed on this site where we sell tickets that someone had left a really angry review of the show. And not just like, oh, I'm upset about the show, but going into detail about how unprofessional and horrible the show was, and we're amateurs, and just really laid into us because they had to sit through this horrible show. And that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes shows bomb. And this was an epic fail of, magnitude proportions, It's tough. So after this, I had a bit of a vulnerability hangover after reading this review, where you just feel like, oh my God, what did I do? How did I put myself out in the world like this? What a failure. And it's painful and can cause you to not get off the couch for hours or days, and just feel ugh. And I want to say this because I've talked about vulnerability hangovers in the past. The thing is this, and I learned a lot from this, right? If you're having vulnerability hangovers, it's a good sign. No matter how painful they can be sometimes, it means you're putting yourself out there in the world. You're taking risks. You're being bold. As Brene Brown would say, you're in the arena. And when you're in the arena and you're being bold, there's going to be some pain. It comes with getting out of the comfort zone and having these failures. And so if you're having vulnerability hangovers, it's a good thing. That means you're willing to grow. You're being bold. So the first thing you should do is no matter how painful it is, give yourself a little round of applause. For how bold you're being. It's great. It's not the end of the world. You will survive this. You will bounce back from it. Another thing I love to do that's really important for me is to get out in nature. Right now I'm in Palma, Mallorca, so I have the beautiful beaches to go to that nourish me. Listen to the sounds of the waves. Go to the forest. Someplace that fills you up where you can get present. You're not distracted in the moment. And take some time to reflect. What did you learn from this? How can you be better because of this? What good can come out of this? And you realize quite soon that you're going to bounce back from this experience. You're going to learn from it, and it's going to help you grow, and you're going to get back in the arena. So feel free to share here of any bold moves you've made recently. If you've had any vulnerability hangovers, what have you done? And you'll get lots of support.